to volunteer
Well, I'm worried about
for
my
player
picking
recap
up.
for inspiration? If not, I
Right
can do
there.
the recap.
Yours picking up right there and then it picking up over here too. Alright, y'all can start. We need to do a couple audio testings.
Okay. Do you want us to hold off and wait?
I mean, I'm gonna start talking.
Ooh.
Ooh, that was not fun.
Okay.
There's a bit of echo going on there.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have. Yeah.
Is your mic off? Okay. Yeah, we're trying to figure out a way to both of us because I don't want to go to the other room and we're on opposite.
Yeah.
And what's
I think the best way to do that is because I believe
It's
when
farther.
you deafen, well, that, but also if you guys aren't wanting to, is muting your mic and not deafening so that way you guys can hear and everything, and then just unmuting back and forth to talk. It's kind of a pain in the ass if you guys can't be further away.
Is there
Yeah,
a
Mike is
push
much
to
closer
talk
'cause he has the
in
portable-
Discord?
moderately portable
I
Nest.
think so.
There is push to talk. If you guys want to turn on push to talk, and then just I think it's I don't know. You set a button.
Yeah, I think you set a hotkey for
To hold
it,
down.
but I don't know.
Yeah, that might be the best route to go, especially if you're sitting in the same room. I used to deal with all this crap in my last position. You know, setting up people in conference rooms, and it was
I don't know if I touched anything on your screen.
super annoying.
I love that pink pillow. I want
Fun,
it.
that looks so.
I want
Oh.
it.
I want it. I need it. I can has.
And my
As long as they can see you and hear both of us, I think we're okay.
Yeah,
And
and if
my
we
chair
can't see
broke.
you, if we can see Tuna, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Only the cat
I
matters.
don't need to be seen. I just need y'all to hear me.
That works. What were you saying about your chair?
my chair keeps on breaking, so I like jigged it together.
I got a
So
new
don't
one for
ask.
Christmas. I even have
Don't
this
ask.
little plushie.
So I
here.
got a new one for upstairs, but this one, so I jammed a piece of wood underneath this. So the seat kind of dangles above the base and it swings like this. So I jammed a piece
That's
of wood
safe.
under there because it keeps on falling off. So I jammed a piece of wood under there, but then I don't have back support. So
Oh
then
my
I
God.
wedged our old baby mat thing, like when they're
Mhm.
babies and you put them on there to change them, the changing mat thing. So I
Mhm.
wedged that by it's just so bad. It's just so bad. So don't
Oh
ask.
my
I mean, I guess I
gosh.
told you, but
We got
It's giving me
It is-
PTSD because I've been
it-
through that. What can I put together to make this chair a chair again?
that's
Yeah.
My chair is not
amazing.
sharing.
so it works, but
That's funny. I've had some chairs give out on me before. It's not fun at all.
did you start the stream yet?
I certainly did.
Oh,
Certainly
where are you?
Good to go. I'm just getting myself.
There we go.
Don't play with the mic.
I'm just gonna keep it on the background.
Thank
Support you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Love maps.
Okay. Does everybody have the map? Maps.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the map, on the map, on the map, on the map.
Swiper.
Sorry.
No swiping.
You barely even show up on the camera.
Me llamo es Dora. Can you say pinche puta? Okay. Does anybody want to volunteer for recap for inspiration, or do you guys want a DM recap?
I can recap.
Let's
I just have to put the cat down. Hi, kitty.
No kitty.
Just real quick, I need to say that I found my childhood Dora video game.
There was a
Oh
Dora
my.
video game. God, you guys are
Yeah,
so young.
Dora and Animal Planet.
Obviously.
I was gonna say I've never heard of Dora until my kids started watching it.
What?
Yeah,
That's not-
I forget how young you guys are. You make me feel old.
Yeah, I know Dora because of my younger cousins and
Yeah.
babysitting them.
Yeah, I know, because of my siblings and kids I babysat.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Dora video game.
Oh my god. Ugh. I feel so old.
All right, Inspo Man, give it to us.
Woo. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we left off. We were still underground, and we were collecting the bodies.
Mhm.
That is last session, right? Making
Yes.
sure I'm
Correct.
okay. So, yeah, Awen and Rick went ahead to check on Sepsis, who was no longer moving. As Contagious picked up the bodies, and then was like, "I can't carry a third body." And then we carried slowly the 3 bodies upstairs, and kind of barricaded ourselves in Maliko's office. Rick and Awen went to talk to the foreman, and without getting into too much detail, explain what was going on, and got him to send everyone home until further notice. And then Contagious went and talked to, where are my notes? I forget names. Kalisa? Was it Kalisa? I think it was Kalisa.
Yes, it was.
To Kalisa to see if she had any other information to help them. But she is a little overwhelmed by the amount of information thrown at her, which is completely fair.
Yeah, it was a lot.
And asked to have a night to think on it. So Contagious told them where they were staying. Her helper barmaid person, who I definitely don't remember the name of. God, my notes are a mess.
Galida.
Galida is sketchy AF
Well,
and is definitely more interested in things going on than she's letting on. So left that be, and Contagious.
Yeah, we need to make us some, New York? Oh, yeah.
You guys had investigated and searched through the office of Maliko Stoneworks. Yes, you're very welcome.
When you're in the ship? Is it B? Oh, yeah, it's B.
Yes. Yes. And then I believe somebody had identified the pendant, correct? Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wants it, or we decide to do something else with it.
It's a scroll that you can cast what, Earth Mold or whatever.
It's an
Mold
amulet.
Earth. Yeah, it's an amulet.
so you
I believe it lets you do it once a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm
and in
not
fact,
sure.
I don't think I put the item in there, so I'm doing that really quick.
Earth Mold.
Really fundamental, basic level earth shaping stuff.
cantrip.
Like 5 foot of cube, like 5 foot cube of stone or earth or something that you can move. Something like that.
Especially if we're, I don't know, underground.
No.
We could dig a grave.
Only
trying
2 more to
see
go.
it really quick. And I'm giving it a. You can cast it 1d4 times per day. So, make sure. Only one way to find out. It is a magic item. And this, I believe Awen had it, but you just said that you did not want it. Who would you like this amulet to go to? Who's taking the amulet?
If trying to figure out someone's inventory to put it in, you can put it in mine, but like narratively, she doesn't like
Yeah. I would probably, as Contagious, suggest nobody attuned to it yet, because it's more evidence than magical item at this point, and then we can decide what to do it later.
mine with like on my character sheet holding it.
Yeah.
Okay. It is identified and it is in your inventory. We're good to go. Okay. So last we left off, and we're getting to late afternoon, early evening at this point. I think we're closer to early evening.
Yeah.
You guys were resting together in the Stoneworks office. Is there anything that you guys would like to discuss or do as the 3 bodies are sitting under the floorboards and you guys are basically waiting out time to be able to have Contagious go meet with Frank?
Well, I guess,
Go ahead.
how long do we want to put a timer on this of if I'm gone X amount of time, you guys start to, I don't know, worry? Do we want to have like a set?
Right?
Hmm?
We know how far it is, right?
Yeah, it's like maybe a 10-minute walk.
Okay.
It's just on the other side of town.
I don't know how long you think it'll take, but like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, we start getting worried.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair. Because I'm going into it with the cat. What are you doing? Go away. Attempting to make it a short, just get some information, get out meeting. I don't want to make this anything too long. So yeah, I'd say maybe after an hour, hour and a half. Yeah.
Rick is out
Maybe.
of resources, so
Yeah. Well, that's why you two are staying here anyways. Because A, we don't want to spook the guy, but B, I'm the only one who got most of my stuff back on a short rest.
Okay. So what are we saying, like an hour?
Yeah, we'll say an hour, and then maybe at that point, I would suggest both of you go to the location. Because I don't want to leave this place alone, but I also don't want to split us into 3 separate groups.
Awen will quickly jot down, like, Frank had written down the place you're headed to, right?
Yes. It's actually, if you have the map up, it's marked on the map.
Yeah, and I'll
Okay.
ping it, right?
Jot it down in her journal so that she has it too. But
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And then, CJ, I had messaged you as well.
Answered.
Beautiful. So, I'm gonna drag you down really quick and then we'll be right back, okay, guys? Okay, let me reshare my screen for you guys. There we go.
Boop-a-doop.
Boop-a-doop. Okay. And then, all right. So Awen and Rick, you guys are just gonna kind of hang back and wait with anticipation for him to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Time. Awen's pretty quiet.
Rick's probably gonna kind of prop himself up in a corner and take a nap.
Okay.
Yeah, Contagious is probably just pacing until it's time to go.
Okay. Then what we will do, we're gonna go ahead. Oh, that's when I was gonna say something. Then we will time warp. It's just a step to the left. I'm sorry, a jump to the left.
To the time.
And nightfall has come as you guys wait anxiously the events of the day and the past couple days just kind of flowing through your minds like a Rolodex of highlights or lowlights for some cases, as you guys try and keep track of and piece together the bits of information and experiences. You hear the town of Red Larch from outside start to dwindle down a bit. The skies darken, and you can see as it gets darker and time goes on, the flickering of torches and lamps that begin to line the streets outside of the homes and buildings and establishments. The quarry is eerily silent the entirety of your time inside the office, what you're used to hearing, the laughing and shit talking and chiseling and moving and hammering of the stones is replaced by almost a staticky hum of nothingness. Contagious, you know that now would be a good time to head out to meet with Frank. Sun is not completely down yet. There's still a very faint pink and purple hue to the sky off in the horizon. But if you leave now, you'll make it before the sun has completely nestled behind for the evening, behind the peaks.
I'll just kind of look over to the other two. I'll just kind of give a little nod. 90 minutes. Come find me. Hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Will kind of awaken from his nap and he'll be like, go back to sleep.
And then he'll kind of just avoiding eye contact, which he probably has been doing most of this time. Just head out.
Okay. And we are going straight there?
Yes. But I want to kind of avoid that main thoroughfare, like the big cross in the middle of the city. So I'd like to take that first turn down like the back streets to head that way.
Like
That makes sense? Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Perfect.
Exactly the path I want to take.
Perfect. Okay. Not stopping anywhere, not talking to anyone along the way.
Nope. Just keeping an eye out. I'm not really walking at a fast pace, not trying to draw attention. I'm just trying to maybe just get a vibe of the city, see if there's anything I noticed.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check. You are a lot distracted. Okay. Um, right? Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. Runs into a tree. Unlucky. Um, okay. So you do see that there is some movement, obviously, as people are flowing into the tavern. Some of them are going to the Swinging Sword, others are stopping at the helm. Um, you do feel people watching you, but you also know that I mean, obviously you know that what you've been through, but you've also made a point to kind of dirty yourself up a bit so it all looks like a cohesive mess rather than I just killed a bunch of people and watched my friends die. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's definitely the vibe you think you're giving off. Okay. Oh, I got a player message. Let me double check. Sorry, and again, I'm using my phone since I've got my stream going. It's
just making
Kismet.
comments.
It's Kismet.
What was the meetup point? Just for my notes.
It's at Frank's house.
Oh.
Hey, yo.
'Cause he was flirting with me, boy.
Oh no.
Bend over, give me 20.
It was the bend over
Sorry.
part that got me, because it wasn't drop and give me 20. It was bend over and give me 20.
Yeah,
So I'm putting that in quotes. Hold on.
because my brain processed it and then had to reprocess and went.
I'm not touching that one because my first thought was $20, but then it got worse. It got so much worse. Oh, I love it. Why does my thing keep muting itself? That's annoying. Okay. So bless you.
I'm thinking of music right now.
I feel like I should change the music and put on something a little more better suited for bending over and giving 20 of whatever it is you decide to do. So,
There's candles.
This is
oh
called
my
bullying.
God. Is it?
Oh,
Aegis
man.
is used to it.
Yeah, yeah.
So as you
Sad.
follow the little mini map with the address that Frank had jotted down for you earlier, you come to a home that, as you look at the map and address and back at the house, this appears to be the place. The house from the outside appears to be modest and worn, but well loved. There's a very cozy vibe and aura to it. It is a small single-story stone structure with a patched timber roof. The house kind of blends into the surrounding landscape with tufts of grass growing unevenly around the perimeter. Drawing near, you see that the stone is looking to be aged slate stone tiles, wonderfully, masterfully crafted. And you recognize this as some of the stones that you had seen at the stoneworks. There are patches that are moss covered. You see that on either side of the door are two small windows, slightly foggy from the warmth coming from within. Each window is framed with a sturdy wooden shutter that have been repaired and painted multiple times. The faint glow of candlelight flickers through the cracks in the shutters. Just off to the side of the house, a small vegetable garden is there. You see that there are some wilted cabbages and some sprigs of herbs and some hardy root vegetables, potatoes, turnips, beets. Welcome to Shroot Farms. The feeling that exudes from this house is very humble and unassuming. It's almost peaceful in comparison to what's been looming over. The scent of fresh baked bread flows and penetrates your nostrils, and yes, I did have to use that word as you approach the door.
Is there any presence of people on this street right now before I approach the house?
So if you want to roll perception and see if you can get extra, you can do that. Otherwise, we'll use your penetrate times 20. God damn it, Rick. Otherwise, we can use your passive.
For this one, I don't think he's looking for. That's not what his main focus is. So for like looking for people, just generally, is there people out? I will say as a note, going in, like looking at the outside of the house, and once I'm in the house, I am going to keep an eye out for that symbol that's been on everything.
Beautiful. Then
I want to know if he's got that decorated anywhere.
Okay, perfect. Then I won't have you roll perception for this. If you're just casually looking, we'll use your passive. In this area, there doesn't appear to be. It appears you do see that the other houses that are around his and across the street, across the road, like over here, there are people that appear to be inside. You see like moving shadows from the torchlights or fires from within, but you don't see anybody out and about at this end of town. The last person that you saw was... Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to ping. Why are you not pinging, you son of a bitch? Right over here at the tannery. But it appeared that they were employees who were closing up shop and getting ready to head out for the day.
Okay.
Okay.
So then I will approach the house then.
Beautiful. Knocking on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After just a moment, you hear the heavy footfalls of Frank as he approaches the door, and the turning of the handle as he cracks the door open ever so slightly and peeks his head out, and then realizing you, there's a sigh of almost a sigh of relief as he pulls the door open. It opens inward, and he smiles gently, but almost forced. His lips are kind of pressed together. Come on, come in. I didn't think, wasn't sure if you'd come tonight or not. And he's kind of looking over your shoulders past you. And
Yeah, I'll just give him a slight nod and step in quickly, knowing the energy of this meeting.
You came alone?
Just me.
I figured you'd bring your friends if you were coming. But this is okay. You can relay the information unless you deem that they're untrustworthy.
No, we're just handling multiple things at once.
You will close the door quickly, and you hear the latch of the lock as well as a sliding chain lock as well. Inside the house, you see that the space is a compact, multi-purpose living area. The section just off to the right serves as both a living room and a dining area. There's a single table that has mismatched chairs, and on some of the chairs, there's a couple on the table, but you see that there's like a cluster of tools and scraps of parchments and some wood carvings. There's a small, like, love seat, essentially. Very, very well used. This appears to have some age and wear and tear to it. And then off to the left is a bed, like a twin-size bed. There's a nightstand that has an oil lamp on it. There's a chest at the foot of the bed, and a couple smaller bookcases. The walls are relatively bare. There's a couple crude paintings that have, and I don't mean crude like dirty, but like he is not an artist. He is not painting anybody like one of his French girls. You see that it's like paintings of like tools and like pottery, and that's really the as far as the decor on the wall goes. Go ahead and give me a quick investigation check since you are looking for any kind of presence of the sigil.
Ooh, I'm great at these. Yeah.
Okay.
We're-
You don't see
Oh.
anything as you quickly kind of scan and take it in.
This character really has a fucking reputation. This is getting bad.
I think it's the
Oh,
uncertainty,
shit.
the uncertainty of like Frank's intentions. Like, is he here to like give you information or woo you? You know, like which way
Mhm.
could it go? Something that you do notice, and this is not because of your investigation roll, but like with that you find nothing. But you do see that there are some polished stones that sit on some of the shelves of the bookcase nearest the bed. These appear to be like 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 the basic white girl crystals. Like, oh my god, this is good
Yeah.
for your aura. So it's not going to be on the same level of the stones and everything from Malikos, but you do
Got
see that
it.
there's a polished stone collection.
Yeah, with that investigation roll, I'm pretty sure I walked in and went, I think this is a house.
Like, yes, this is an abode. Yeah, so it's a very cozy feeling here. Frank will tell you, make yourself comfortable. Did you want something to drink? Tea, ale, water, anything?
No, that's fine, thank you. Contagious is just gonna kind of stay standing, just kind of waiting for him.
Okay. And he takes a moment to make sure that the shutters are shut and locked. Excuse me. Have you spoken to anybody else about what it was that you were asking about when we last spoke? When, you started to flirt with me earlier.
He'll start talking and kind of just move on. Just the party I'm with, no one else.
What was the name you had asked about? Not the believers. That's I have some information on that I can share with you. But what was the other name?
That's a great question that I meant to look up. Valklander, I believe. Yes,
Lander.
I believe that was the name that was on the note in the skull we found, if my memory serves. Yes, there it is in my notes. Yes,
Very, very.
that was the other name.
good. All right. He stops for a moment, and you see his brow kind of furrows, and he's kind of muttering the name under his breath over and over. And no, it's still not familiar to me. But the believers, he says, and as he is having this conversation with you, and it's more like he's talking at you at this point in time, he would kind of point over to the love seat as he walks to the table and pulls out one of the chairs from the tables and turns it to face the love seat and takes a seat in it himself.
Okay, I'll take a seat at that point.
Okay. There's a group in town. And most of what I'm to share with you tonight is just whispers and rumors that have been circulating around Red Larch. I don't know for certain how much of it is true or if there's any validity to any of it, but this group is said to be made up of prominent figures, both from Red Larch and other larger, more influential cities. He stops for a moment. They think that they've been entrusted with being the guardians of ancient secrets that reside beneath Red Larch. There are rumors of secret passageways and tunnel systems and cave networks within the quarries or under the town itself, and that they have meetings there. Now, there's all kinds of he said, she said about what takes place in these locations, ranging from orgies to meetings to rituals to summon ancient spirits to sacrifices to game nights. It really depends on who it is that you talk to. But anyone who speaks of the believers either speaks of it with fear, or there have been two that I know of who have spoken out against them that have not been seen or heard from again.
What were their names?
There was Brando O'Marley. And I'll put that in channel for you guys. You gotta go to our channel.
What about Ramp A double?
And Quentin. Quentin Del Rey. They had decided that they were going to try and track down and infiltrate one of these secretive meetings, saying that they were going to track out to one of the quarries where it's believed that there are hidden cave entrances that lead into this vast network of tunnels, and spy on the meetings to report back, and had said that if there was unsavory or nefarious activities taking place, that they would report it to Neverwinter or Waterdeep, some of the authorities that could actually do something about it. And no one knows what happened. Best case is that they were all talk and just left and wanted to use that as a way to kind of push the rumors and lore of the believers. Or perhaps the believers really are a secret society and they got the best of them.
Can you clarify something for me? You said the believers come from multiple cities in the area, but the secrets are here in Red Larch. Is that correct?
That's what they say.
Can I ask, what is your opinion of Maliko?
I've known Maliko a long time, and on the outside, she's tough, no nonsense, but works very hard and does what needs to be done to make sure jobs are seen through and make sure her employees are taken care of. But there was just something about her that it didn't sit right. I never got close enough to feel that out one way or the other. My mama always told me that when you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach, and as he says this, he grabs his belly, that more often than not, you should listen to that.
Smart advice.
It's not steered me wrong this far. There are people who would say that she's a good person. Again, tough exterior, but soft on the inside. I know Jarvis was quite fond of her and had a lot of respect for her. Has a lot of respect. He doesn't know she's dead. Sorry, that's DM coming out. And he's a good man, and I trust his judgment for the most part, but I just couldn't get past. There's something that... You ever look someone in the eyes and feel that there's nothing there?
I think I know that feeling, yeah.
That's what I got from her.
Fair.
But I always got paid on time, and I think that says a lot about her too.
Better than some. Well, is there anything else connected to these that you can think of? Any people that might stand out?
There's a lot of people in town that are a little weird, but I also don't trust a lot of people. Again, it's listen to my gut. Jarvis always tells me I'm just being paranoid, but I'd rather be paranoid than fucked. There's a couple people that, let me bring up this name because I cannot remember off the top of my head. Iron Dulder. He frequents the Swinging Sword a lot, and he asks a lot of questions and is very nosy. He's kind of snaky, I think is a good word. He's got eyes that kind of dart around real shifty.
Is he from town? He lives here?
Yeah, he's been here for quite a while. I believe he's somebody who helps around the Swinging Sword and does odd jobs for Kalisa, and sometimes helps over at the Wagon Works with the brothers there.
Right.
Some of the people that are rumored to be part of the Believers. Some say that Malik goes in on it herself. But...
What?
Say what? No way!
Say what? Yeah.
I think that the late hours that she puts in at the quarries at night, people chalk that up to her being part of that group. But she always comes back with more stone to break down and finish. So I don't believe that personally. I think if anything, she's taken money from the business and overcharging. But there are those who believe that she's in something darker than that.
Crazy talk.
I know. And then there's a retired quarry owner named Baragustus. Baragustus Harbuckler. And I will put that into...
Yeah, I'm not, I got the last two names spelled right even. I'm not attempting that one.
Let me put that in here for
Yeah,
you.
your name as well.
Yeah, put that in.
Well, yep, I would have butchered that.
Those close
And
to
what
him
was
call him
the,
Augustus.
What was the Belder name?
Let me put that in there.
And, holy shit, I spelled that one right too. I am on a roll.
Marlin!
Because my initial thought I was just gonna spell it like iron, and I'm like, well, that can't be right.
Yeah, done good. I always, when I like take notes, I always spell things phonetically, and when our DM puts it in the channel, I'm like, yeah, I'm not even close. Like, not even close. Why is there an F there?
And what is this Augustus, as he goes by? What is his role in this city? What does he do?
Oh, now he does a whole lot of nothing. He owned one of the quarries that Maliko ended up purchasing from him. But he's retired now. Lives off in the outskirts of town, and I will ping on the map. Doop, doop, doo. He's got a farmstead out there.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna write Gus. That's a piece of work. That is art at its finest. He doesn't leave his house often. Well, his property. You can see him out there tilling and hoeing around on his farm. But
You
doesn't
really
come
should
to
do that.
town. What was that?
God damn it! You guys just could not let that go, could you?
I didn't say anything.
Totally unintentional.
Literally
I'm so
psychology
sorry.
homework.
Let
It's
me
true, it was on sexual deviance.
I shouldn't laugh at that. That's not a funny subject. It's a very serious matter.
Dear.
Player. Okay, that's that. But if the rumors are true, and there are influential people that are part of this group, if the group is even real, I'd say you guys should be careful about who you discuss this with and who you ask about. Going around and questioning just anybody could get you in some trouble. If the people that they say are involved are actually involved, there's no knowing how far their reach can go and who would be working under or answering to them.
Well, I appreciate you trusting me enough to tell me this information. We're just trying to match up rumors to what we've already seen ourselves and see what's hearsay and what's real. Just more information, the better. So I appreciate it.
Well, after what you did for the Jarrett boy, I get the impression in my gut, he says again, kind of clutching at his stomach, that you and your friends are here for the right reasons.
God, if an alien pops out of his stomach, I would be so mad.
Wrong campaign.
Actually,
But hey, there you go. That's a good one shot right there.
that would be so much fun.
Oh god, chest bursters in D&D.
Oh my god. I love finding like non-D&D like creatures like that and then finding places to plug them. I'm actually going to be using Weeping Angels in 2 of my tables and I can't fucking wait.
Fuck Weeping Angels, man. I hate that shit so much.
Good to know. 3.
Damn it.
Funny.
No, they are such a good monster though.
Yeah.
They're
fucking
so well
terrifying.
designed for this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and that actually, it might work in this campaign. I might have to do that.
At this point, I'll kind of stand up and give him a nod. Be like, thank you for your time. I know you're going out on a limb talking about this, so I don't want to put you in any more danger. So Thank you.
Of course. And then let me double check something in my notes to see if this was discussed with him or not. Because I know
Okay.
it was discussed with some of the others, but you know what? We'll say even if it wasn't shared with him. Let's see. That it was asked about, and maybe, you know, they were talking. I'd heard that you guys were looking for Jen too, and had gone to check up on her. Is she doing any
Oh,
better?
I did mention that to him. Yeah. We're still looking for her. Not sure where she's gone off to at this point.
Give me a deception check, please.
Yeah. Oh, I was not ready for that question. All right.
Almost as paranoid as Jen. Well, I mean, she was clearly in the right to be paranoid.
There we go.
Ballin'.
Something I can do well.
He kind of purses his lips. Well, I hope she's okay. Those drums and lights have got her pretty fucked up.
Yes.
Have you guys
Well.
heard any more about that?
Nothing more than the rumors, you know.
Well, if I hear anything
Definitely
else...
did not find the drumming and kill it. No.
No, not at all. Not at
Oh.
all. Nothing to see here, John Cena.
They gotta have a little bit of charisma in this character.
Can you imagine rolling a nat 1 and it's just that
Oh,
awkward, like you
God.
guys both staring at each other, like I know you're full of shit, and
I am
I know
withholding
you know, I know.
So much from this dude right
I
now.
know.
But to be fair, I am not doing it to be against him. I'm doing it for
Yeah.
his own good. So there is like a, you know, you
yeah,
can still get a good gut feeling from that.
yeah,
You'll for it later.
it's all good. He will tell you if I think of anything else or hear of anything else. Where can I find you? Are you guys staying around for a while?
I'm not sure, but for the time we're here, we'd be at the Swinging Sword. I'm sure you could ask for us there. Or at least if we have moved on, they would know.
Okay. And please, if you find out anything about Jen or anything else, keep me updated.
I'll let you know as soon as we do.
Thank you. You sure you don't want anything to drink before you head out?
No, I'm fine, thank you. I
Alright,
appreciate your hospitality.
of course. Safe travels to you and your companions.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
And I'll quickly head out.
Okay. He will unlock the door for you, obviously. And you, as you exit, he does another quick look out the door both ways. And then you hear the shutting of the door and the locking of both locks once more.
Got it.
It's funny.
And I will head back to the hut.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't want to. I was gonna say maybe I could pass Gus's, but that goes way out of my way. I don't want to risk anything right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially
if it
with
was
your
on the
group.
way, I'd walk by it, but
Yeah, and with your group not knowing anything about it, that could, I mean, it could be fun.
yeah, no,
Could be
no.
fun.
If there was a place along the way, I would just walk by it, but that's not. No, I'll just go back the way I came.
Roger. Perfect. Okay. And again, taking the same path, trying to stay off the main roads.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to be. This is the opposite of what normally is. I'm trying to just look like regular dude walking down the street, trying to be in the open where people would see me, not be like up against a building where someone could try to snatch me easily. Trying to be visible
Okay.
in a sense, at least until I get to that last stretch
Okay. And I'll say
and
that that's
head towards.
pretty easy for you to do.
Yeah, just kind of walk in the middle of the street, not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
second. Sorry. Collusion. Okay.
Okay, now I got it in.
You return back. There aren't a lot of people out at this point. You do hear, you know, a lot of like talk and laughing and stuff as you pass the helm. Just people, you know, it's a bar. It's a bar and restaurant, and a lot of people are going there since, excuse me, the Swinging Sword doesn't have food. Sorry, player message. I don't mean to keep doing this. Don't mean to be rude. But outside of that, there doesn't appear to be a whole lot of activity going on.
Okay.
So, you return. Rick and Eamon, did you guys lock the door at all after Contagious left?
Fair enough.
Same.
Assuming they had, Contagious is going to knock on the door when he gets there.
Okay.
I've drawn us a little graveyard.
Oh my
no!
god. I love it. Forever
Here.
too soon.
God damn.
Yeah.
We're so fucked.
And
And I'll,
then just a reminder, you guys had put the bodies back under the secret door, correct? Back under the trap
That
door?
is correct.
Perfect.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So I'll just kind of relay everything I learned from that, putting an emphasis on the multi-city part, because I think that's the part that Contagious kind of latched onto was, well, shit, this is probably bigger than we thought. But just kind of explain that, you know, people think it's more than just this city, but that the things they're going after are just in this city and in the different quarries. And then kind of mention the people of interest with the two, Quentin and Brando, who vanished. Arun, who, the sketchy guy who worked for Kalisa, and then Mr. Gus out on the east side of town. But I think we can trust his information. He didn't exactly seem to trust Maliko, which, at least in my book, is a plus.
Go from here.
I think now we rest for the night. See if Kalisa has any thoughts in the morning. I know we probably at least want to take Jen and Septhis to the All Faith Shrine so they can be properly handled. And then I think there's a discussion on what our plans with Bodhi is.
As you guys are having this conversation,
No!
there's a knock at the door.
Shit. Is there a window to see who's at the door without opening it?
There,
If there were, but along with locking the door, Awen would have made sure like they can't see in.
yeah. There is
Yeah.
there is the window, but the curtains are pulled too.
Shit. Yeah, I would have woken up Rick when I got there to explain everything.
Okay.
So yeah, and gone over all the information from that. Can I peek out the window and see if I can see who's at the door?
Absolutely. If you are trying to be unseen, give me a stealth check, please.
I am going to walk up to the window, stop, and turn around and look at Awen. Just be like, maybe you?
Can't hear you, Liv.
We can't hear you.
I'm so scared.
I'm
You
so
can do
scared.
this.
Why is my mouse being weird?
Because it's,
But
it's
I'm
like
not
you
the
in danger,
person-
girl. For
I'm
something
not the
like
person you want
this,
making this roll.
for something like this, I can't English. I would allow you to roll it with advantage because that would negate the disadvantage from your armor because this is not you like sneaking. This is just like a movement, you know.
I get it if I roll.
No.
Okay.
I would say because of his armor, it gives him a disadvantage on the stealth.
No, yeah. I was just.
Good try
let me
though.
see.
You can give yourself advantage with a use of an inspiration if you wanted.
You could also just guide yourself.
That
Get a
too.
little bump.
Oh, my
Idea.
That too.
Yeah.
What is? Okay, I'm gonna roll stealth. What's my guidance?
Oh no,
Oof.
we're the worst.
Do we use an inspiration, right?
Yeah.
That's on you.
I think we use an inspiration on that, guys.
Don't double
It's not-
down.
Ooh, there you go. And then a
So
D4 for the
slutty.
guidance.
So slutty.
We can say I slap guidance on it, but I'm not holding it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Guidance flavor.
For flavor. We'll say that guidance is what you initially, as you like are reaching for the curtain, there's like a trimmer in your hands, and you're like, "Girl, you got this," and that's yeah.
I'm like,
So as you look out, trying to think. So this person is
like-
is. What was that?
oh,
I know exactly what I'd like to do.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go to the window closer to the thing, and I'm gonna wait for them to look out. They 2 inches from the window.
Oh my god, that's fucking scary. The way that I would shit my pants so fast if that happened and I was looking out the window, like that would just instant dead, like cease to exist. All right, go ahead and describe what it is that A1 sees.
So Eowyn sees a golden man, basically, and it's like the sand colored skin and bright, near shining golden hair with long pointy ears, longer than an elf, so it's kind of like long pointy ears and like red, like not skin tight leather suit, but it's the vibe.
can I roll? I just want to see how startled Awen is by this and how much she is like. She jumps.
Yeah,
What would that
give
be
me a
like?
give me a con save.
That's what I was thinking. -1, baby.
Let's see
Oh
it.
my god.
All right, you
Middle of the road.
It definitely startles you. But yeah, it's not enough that it would like cause you to like leap back from the window, but it is definitely startling.
What a power move.
That's big dick energy right there.
I'm just waving and pointing at the door.
And this is not a familiar face. This is not somebody that you have seen around town or anything.
Y'all don't open up the door, I'm gonna start screaming.
Seeing Awen's reaction and hearing that, I'm just going to very politely open the door so that I can take a look.
Hi.
Can we help you?
Yeah. You were last seen with the big man, and I don't see the big man. So
Does the big man have a name?
technically it's Bodhi, but you know,
I'm just gonna close the door
No, okay, after
and look.
in the door, and and she, Bodhi.
yeah. So you're gonna let the golden man off the street so people stop staring, so we can talk about this.
Awen looks over to you guys.
fucking know.
We covered the trapdoor, right?
Yeah, it's like closed. Yeah.
Okay. Can I insight this dude real quick just to make sure he's not like
Absolutely.
I can't get over the voice. I love it so much.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, insight.
Jesus.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Nothing sus here. Somebody that you know, as a fellow person who
Would I
knows of. Huh?
like traveling in the troop?
Wait, say that again?
Would I recognize him from traveling in the troop?
No.
Okay. Well, I think Awen lets him in.
Yeah, I'm just kind of letting Awen take charge because if anybody knows anything, it'd be her. He doesn't know, she doesn't know, but he definitely doesn't know.
Yep.
Alright, this is Rick serenading you guys.
Always laying down the vibes. I appreciate it.
Yes, I feel we've established this. The caravan that he travels with.
Above table, did the caravan have a name?
No.
Okay, I was just referring to them as a troop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Troop caravan travelers.
Them dudes.
With matriarch?
Yes.
I'm having a hard time hearing you, Awen Hen. Sorry.
She had just said with matriarchs.
I
72? Oh my god.
I feel I have to explain myself here because of the looks I'm getting. Betty Dane had a little vision about Bodhi and sent me because they thought I was expendable. I don't know. So, been asking around town. They said the man in armor was last seen with the big man, so I've been following the man in armor. What a sad date, by the way.
This is so serious, and I can't keep a straight face.
God damn it.
The fact that you rolled poorly on your initial perception and then opted to not roll again outside of Frank's house, you had no clue. He's been following
yeah.
you since, yeah.
Let's be fair, that's on brand. That's very on brand. Super duper on brand. So like up until that moment, Contagious like not weapon drawn, but it kind of had like shield ready and like hand on the hilt. And as soon as you said that, he kind of just deflates and it's like, what the fuck, man? He kind of lets go of everything. It's just like, so you followed me the whole way.
Yeah, and you were fucking oblivious, man.
Look, there's a lot going on. Do you have a name?
The name's Jacos. You gotta earn the last name.
Jacos? How do you spell that?
Jaykos. Also above table, I've told Beck nothing.
No.
Oh my god, I am so glad. So glad this is
I
gonna
know.
be amazing.
Best day of my life right now.
I'll kind of look over to Awen. Can we trust them?
I think Awen relaxes a little bit, and you see a bit of relief wash over her that quickly turns to like glassy eyes. Yeah, we were with Bodhi. We need to take him to the matriarch.
So I'm guessing he's no longer with us is the right term?
You'd be correct.
Fuck. I lost a few coins on that bet. Alright. They're heading west out of town. They're a couple days out if we travel fast.
She'll look again over to the group. Do you know if they'll be able to do anything?
I mean, Jackie is pretty good at what she does, but I don't know if she's that good. They might know someone who's that good, but that's out of my purview.
And you see her, like, fiddling with, like, her necklace.
I think the situation we find ourselves in, that the reason why Bodhi went down and what we've been trying to figure out is something that requires our immediate attention. And so does Bodhi. And I think we're trying to figure out where to go next.
Well, if you don't want him to, decay, you should get him to the Mars. Otherwise, whatever place you have him in is gonna start sinking soon.
I know.
She'll look again over to the rest of you guys.
Look, I'm down to get Bodhi to the whatever this group that you both traveled with is. Whether they can help or not is the least we can do for Bodhi to bring him to his people, but we need to figure out what we're doing here before we can leave. At least resolve the current mess we're in so that we're not leaving as, wanted people. But I'm down to make the trip if that's what you want to do once we've figured out what's happening here. But we cannot just leave now.
What is happening here exactly? Because I heard cult, I heard secret under the town, and that's about it.
Oh, so you were listening too?
Absolutely.
Oh, jeez. God damn it. Well, I mean, oh, God. I mean, I guess it's a little bit less to explain. Yeah, I don't know. There's some cult. We probably killed a bunch of them. Bodhi died helping us. They're all downstairs, and he kind of just points to the corner.
Right when he came and he helped. And then he died. And I feel awful about it.
He does have a tendency to stick his nose where it shouldn't be.
I know that. I know that too well.
Yeah. Well, without him, we'd probably all be dead. So I owe him at least enough to get him to his people, but we just need to not be reckless about it.
So, tomorrow morning, we get our stories straight. Get Septhis and Jen to the shrine. Maybe regroup with Kalisa. Let her know what's going on. How do we clear our names?
I think we just need the right people to find what's going on down there. If it's someone who's not involved in it, we can tell them what actually happened. But if it's someone who's with them, they could easily twist that story.
Right people to report this with are the people we should be avoiding.
Right now, I think best we got is just wait to see what Kalisa says in the morning and make a decision based on that. Hell, the best route might just be to bury that place and not let anybody find it. And to our new friend's point, if we bring Bodhi with us to the shrine, they may be able to help us better prepare the body for transport. If we're to take him with us.
Bodies to the shrine without anyone noticing.
That's also a very good question. I'm thinking maybe if we talk to Kalista tomorrow, maybe we can get some sort of, I don't know, some sort of cart, transport them at night. Maybe if we go to the shrine first, tell them what's going on, they may have a way of helping us.
Kinda like wipes her cheek with the butt of her palm.
The three of you guys, give me a history check, please.
Yeah, I've gotten a big fucking dog fight.
I was gonna say, on the side of this, I don't know if it's me, the player, having a hard time putting it together. Do I recognize, like, what race he is?
Oh, sorry.
Because you said elf ears longer than elf.
Go ahead and give me a nature check. Or another history. Okay, and Awen, you are the only one who remembers this. I'm gonna shoot you this a message. Shoot you this in a message.
They're about the same.
Towards the top.
I don't think I know what the fuck he is.
You know that there are other I don't know if like a sub-race is the right word for it, but other like under the same umbrella of like elves, there are other types or kinds. Kind of like the same impression that you got with like Zavarius, where like you know that there's something elf-ish or some kind of elf there, but weren't really able to place specifically what type. And you're kind of getting the same thing here with Jacos.
We kind of want to stay out of
How old did you say he was? If you said,
hostile space.
like, even just like approximate.
He is a very tall being.
Oh, I don't know why I was envisioning him like shorter.
Somewhere in here I texted, don't Ollie.
No, you're fine.
Rick small or taller than
No,
Rick?
no, he's tall,
Oh,
Wait, I'm
like lanky.
Yeah.
sorry.
thought you said small.
Oh, there it is. Stands at 6'7", so he's taller than Bodhi, but completely opposite physically.
Jesus.
Jesus.
He's a tall guy.
Asman the Assman.
Yes.
But wasn't that like theirs? Like returning the cart?
Potentially. Potentially. He knew that he was able to leave it there, but with your role, you remember there was some kind of conversation about taking it back or leaving it, and that was entirely up to Zavarius.
It would bring up the cart that Zavarius had originally left at the wagon works.
Right.
At the Theron's safe journey. She, like Denali just said, can't remember what the exact deal was, but that is a cart that might be accessible.
And Betsy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we're trying to expedite this, we could attempt to take them to the shrine tonight, or at least go to the shrine and talk to them tonight. But
It's not a risk safety-wise. I don't think that would be a bad idea. That way, if it is a matter of getting a cart, we'd be able to have this plan in motion for tomorrow. Or, you know, maybe even get them there under the guise of night.
my only concern is if there's people at the shrine we can't trust. But do we want to leave some people here?
I know I've been in this room for too long.
Rick will volunteer. He doesn't wanna leave. He wants to sleep.
Fair.
He
What
won't-
about you,
He
Jacob?
won't say that he'll sleep, but he's definitely gonna
Right,
fall
right.
asleep.
Yeah, I'll watch. I'll keep
I'll
watch,
watch.
guys. Totally. Conked.
Okay. So the 3 of you are going to go to the All-Faith Shrine while Rick keeps watch.
Oh, wink.
So, are you field trips? That's not a thing in fantasy world. Excursion.
I don't really have much going on. I was supposed to bring him back. I'm not carrying him myself. So,
I love this character so much.
I do too. It's just
So
like
much.
we're having a serious conversation, and I'm like fighting the smile, and I'm like looking at CJ.
So nice.
Pages is just thinking to himself, I had to carry 2 of them. You can carry 1 body. Grumbling under his breath. Oh.
CJ said that they were working on an Irish accent, and I still wasn't prepared.
I love Irish accents.
I love it so much.
Well,
Okay.
so what are we telling them? Yeah. Probably should have that figured out before we go.
No, exactly.
I feel like we should probably try to be as vague as possible.
Yeah. Do we,
Altercation in the wilderness or something.
we need to make sure that but Septus is carved in him.
And Jen's throat was slit.
And Jen.
Yeah. Well, we're going without the bodies, so we can kind of say whatever we want to get a read on them. And that is a whole other conversation when we bring the bodies.
you can say they were mobbed. Attacked, bandit, something.
I mean, my first thought was bandits, but bandits don't tend to carve a symbol into your chest.
Raised bandits. Occultist bandits, that's technically high.
What if they're of the wrong persuasion? We don't want to raise alarm bells.
Yeah. Someone in a church working for a cult? Never.
Especially if it's people in higher places.
So the other option is just to wait. We can ask Kalisa how she feels about the people at the shrine before heading there. Get a better idea what we're walking into.
And like, would they even be open?
Yeah, it's a whole other, I mean, good chance at least some of them live there maybe, but I don't know. I have no idea.
I know that Awen, because like I had messaged you, Denali, was like eyeing it, looking like initially she planned on stopping there before they went to check on Jen.
Mm-hmm.
Would she have any idea of like, do they have their doors open at certain times? Do people live there? Or like any kind of inkling of whether or not they would even be seen if they were to leave at this hour?
What? Well, because with your background and stuff,
Yeah, are you sitting down?
Man, the whole shelter kid thing is not working out for me.
Yeah. And you guys haven't done a lot of traveling like at this time. Like usually at this time you guys are either out balls deep in people trying not to die, Awen. Or or you guys are settled in for the evening. So you guys haven't been aside from Contagious and Jacos, haven't been near or around the All Faith Shrine at this time. Those of you who have like okay, so Rick and Contagious and Jacobs, if you wanted to, I'll allow you guys to do like a history or religion check.
No, Contagious ain't gonna know shit about how a church works.
No, okay,
I'm not even gonna roll for that.
okay. Rick, okay. You know that a lot of times, and actually, I'm gonna drag you down so you guys can roleplay this. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Bye. Alright, let me mute my stream real quick. Doop, boop, boo, ba-doop, boop, boo. Okay.
I'm down for that.
That way it just doesn't. I feel like it would raise more flags for them to look into what we're doing if we say only one person that passed and then, you know, the next day it's 3.
So if we want to go that route, I say the one other hitch in this is that they would know, they have a good chance they know who Jen is, being from this town. So my idea would be we were looking for Jen, who had gone missing, kidnapped and killed by bandits. 2 of our people died in the fight. So, and let them know we want to bring the bodies here, and maybe bring up that we want to transport one to its home. See if they have anything to help with that. Just get a vibe check while we see what they say. But at least covers our bases for any questions they might ask after the fact.
Good to me.
All right.
Okay. So Contagious, Awen, and Jacobs, you guys are all 3 going together?
Sounds like it.
Okay. And Rick is
Rick?
going to keep watch.
Before you guys leave, Rick will ask if someone can help him kind of push the desk over the hole.
Over the trapdoor.
Yeah, over the trapdoor for the time being.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I can move that.
Okay.
Just
And
make
then
sure
after
to
that, he'll- Go ahead.
lock up after us.
Okay.
Be careful. Should we give a time that, like, if we're not back by blah blah blah?
I'd say an hour. This shouldn't be a long trip. If we're not back in an hour, launch secret mission, Impossible Rick, Stealth Arrow, I don't know. Kill everyone in the church.
So I just started blasting.
I just imagine Rick pulling out like an all black onesie with like a hood and just, I got this.
Oh my god. That's like the most adorable thing with how little he is.
Dun, 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 dun.
I do have a disguise kit. I could put that on.
Hey, there you go.
I'm your impending doom. Okay, very, very cool. So, as you guys head on out, moseying on out, leaving Rick behind. Again, I'll ping on the map so you guys, actually I'll just move the party token. You guys are gonna meander on down here to the All Face Shrine. And this building is very, very small in comparison to the swinging sword next to it. It's dwarfed in comparison. The shrine is a rectangular building, has a singular door that's in the center. There's a few small stained glass windows on both sides and the fronts. You see that there are like generic religious symbols. You know, there's a sunrise for Lathander, you know, there's a tree or a balance scale. So there are depictions of different religions and deities depicted on, depictions depicted, I say things. On all of these windows. The door is, again, it's a single door in the center of the front of the building, and there's like an iron bar handle that the top and bottom both kind of come up into like a swirling design at the top and bottom of the bar. If you go to pull it open, it does give. The door is not locked.
Are the lights on in?
There are some. It's not a lot. You can see faint flickering from inside through the pane glass windows, the stained glass, not pane glass. And
There you go. Get him
are you guys opening and peering in?
Yeah.
Okay. So the shrine, there are candles on either side at the far end of the room that kind of illuminate. Not a lot. It's a very dim light, but it is, enough that you guys can see. The shrine is divided into open shared spaces, if that makes sense. There is a simple altar made of polished wood at the far end, and on either side, that's where the candles are. Um, there are not bitches, and cushions that are like loosely arranged throughout the entirety of the room. At the um, altar, like just behind that, there is a small podium. And behind the podium, hold on, I got a player message. Alright, they're gonna go pee.
I didn't realize my caps lock was on for that.
I was like, did it need to be all caps? I was about to ask, was that necessary to be in all caps?
Absolutely.
aggressive.
Absolutely. Pee like you mean it.
It definitely has a different type of energy when it's in all caps. It's very aggressive.
I will respond to that in just a minute, but the short answer is yes. Um, at the podium, you see I don't want to say a shriveled man, but there is an older man in neutral colored robes, deep wrinkles set in his forehead, around his eyes, in the corners of his mouth. He has olive toned skin and deep brown eyes, bald head, and a very thin, wiry beard that comes just an inch or two off of his chin. As he looks up silently.
Yeah, you be both got 'em.
Above table, who should do the talking? Who's got the better deception?
Oof. I mean, I definitely have better persuasion than deception, but I'm not bad at either.
Deception +1.
I got a +5, but I'm not with you.
Yeah, this was bad. Maybe we should have brought the bard.
Nah, it would be fine.
Both of mine are +1.
Who all went?
Okay, yeah.
You and Awen.
Okay, well, I don't remember numbers yet.
I mean, yeah, I'm not bad at that kind of stuff, so I'll talk if you don't mind.
Not again. Sorry.
I'm bad at seeing people stalking me, apparently, but once I'm talking to someone, I'm better off.
Usually.
Yeah, I'll just kind of head up to the front and kind of give a little wave as we come in.
Yes. Welcome to the All-Faith's Shrine. Celestials be with you. What brings you
Celestials
in
be with you?
tonight? Yes. Celestials.
Go ahead.
Awen is scanning, just like trying to take everything in, but specifically looking for anything she recognizes from the past 72 hours. Just all the stuff.
Say that again?
Awen is looking around the room, trying to see if she recognizes anything.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a history check, please. And while you do that, I'm going to respond to this player message.
Damn.
Oh, very nice. Very solid roll.
Very nice.
Okay, but nice. That suit is Black Knight. So none of what you see in here, as far as the symbols in the stained glass windows or anything on any of the cushions or benches is anything that you recognize from basically since you've gotten to Red Larch. Um, there are a couple of signs or depictions that you recognize. You see a cornucopia full of like grains and vegetation, and you know that that is a sigil essentially of Shantae, the goddess of agriculture. You see the sun, the depiction of the sun, which is Lathander, the god of light and renewal. Um, you see a symbol for Tempest, and I can't remember off the top of my head what his is. Let me see.
Message me or put the stuff in like the
Hangar, sick bay,
chat.
A flaming sword. Okay, yeah, let me put that.
No, we did not. We're just going testing the waters, saying the attacking the woods story.
Okay.
So those three you recognize. I think that because of your more sheltered upbringing and background, the others aren't really recognizable, especially with your family being more spiritual than religious, I think is a good way to put it. But you know those three for sure.
back here, cargo,
The
We see,
hangar,
what was that?
like, we see the, like, ahead of the All-Face Shrine, or, like, the caretaker.
Yeah, so there's the you see the older man with the bald head, lines in his face, and the wiry, thin beard, who had welcomed you to the All-Face Shrine. Celestials, be with thee kind of stuff. And he would ask as you approach Contagious, what brings you in tonight?
Well, unfortunately, we've had not the best of nights. In an attempt to track down one of the residents of this town, we've ran into some unsavory people in the outskirts, and unfortunately, there were some lives lost in the altercation, and we were hoping maybe we could find a way to bring the bodies here.
That is quite unfortunate, and I'm sorry to hear of the troubles that have plagued you upon entering our town. Go ahead and roll deception for me, please.
Yep.
I knew that he was gonna take the lead.
Can Eowyn guide him?
It's
It'd be hard because he'd see. Guiding for deception is really rough because he
yeah,
will see you doing it.
yeah.
I said as we were walking in because she knew that Contagious would be taking the lead. It's okay if you still say no, but that was
Okay,
the
I
full
I
sen-
miss I missed that. Then yeah, if you had said
Yeah,
that
yeah.
prior, then yeah, I would allow the
Okay.
guidance.
Okie dokie. Not bad.
Not bad at all. I'm sorry to hear of the troubles that have plagued you since you've entered our town. Are you looking to have last rites and burials taking place here? Or what is it that you are looking for specifically?
For two of them, yes. The last one we would like to take to their family, and we're hoping maybe you had any means or even just advice to help us transport, as we intend to take them to a place outside of town.
I do not have a means of transportation, but I can help with preservation. If
That
you,
would be great.
if you don't mind my asking, why only take one to their family? Should not all three be returned to their kin?
Well, one of them was a resident of this town. I don't know if you know Jen, who worked at the stoneworks.
Jen Macklemore.
Well, there's a construction.
Yeah, unfortunately, she was the one we were attempting to find that led us to these bandits.
Yeah, that clear out.
That poor girl. I know she had been dealing with some problems as of late. Her concerns had grown greater, and she carried a heavy weight. She was a gentle soul.
What are you clicking?
We
The
can.
individual.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
The other individual we were looking to transport. We know of where he's from, and we were looking to send him there, but we don't know the origins of the other.
Can
At
I-
this point, you would see just. You look over at Jacos, and there's just tears streaming down his face. And he looks over at the shrine taker or shrine caretaker and goes, "Please, our family is so worried about him. He needs to be buried at home with his people. I can't fathom where his soul would rest if it was not with his family."
Give me either performance or deception. If you're doing what I think you're doing and trying to like further the agenda.
Am I able to make a insight check when I brought up Jen to see if he had any kind of reaction
Absolutely.
other than just I want to see if he knows more that he's letting on.
Absolutely.
The Remdar name that was put in the chat. Or Imdar.
Ooh.
Nat 20.
So
Also, can I add an
nice.
inspiration to that?
Absolutely.
Also, Contagious is trying so hard not to roll his eyes. Jacob's the stuff going on right now.
Wah, wah.
That looks familiar. I know that feeling.
So
Hey, it had to balance out. It just balanced out
Sometimes-
immediately.
sometimes it be like that. So with your natural 20, I'm gonna kind of piggyback these two checks. Contagious, the first thing I'm gonna say is that as Jacos is saying this and not quite pleading with the caretaker here, it becomes quite obvious to you with that natural 20 that the performance aspect, well, maybe not performance, but he kind of sees that it's not necessarily, and if I'm incorrect on this, Jacobs, please correct me, but it's not entirely sincere. Like he picks up on that, but he doesn't make it obvious. But it's very much one of those.
Oh yeah,
Gotcha.
it's purely performance.
Okay. Yeah, and
he wants Death's repose, and he's trying not to crack a smile at his own performance.
and it is he clocks it very obviously, but handles it graciously.
Elbow in the
Yeah. Just like, shut up.
Yeah, like you lucky we in the temple, motherfucker. But as you mention Jen's name, initially he is a hard read. He seems very stoic, but you do see that some of those lines in his face kind of soften, and his eyes, which have gone from the more sussy, okay, yeah, sure, kind of reaction to Jacos, also softens, and there's a genuine concern and sadness there. He would sigh heavily and say, "How did you say they met their end? Did they partake in the battle, or were they innocents or victims of what had taken place?"
The other two were friends of ours who were attempting to help, and unfortunately perished in the battle that ensued with the bandits. Jen was unfortunately dead by the time we arrived.
That is quite unfortunate. She was a kind soul.
She was.
It is. Yes, I can help with the preparations and last rites for Jin and your other friends, and for your friend, he says, looking at you, Jacos. And Contagious, you kind of pick up on this. It's the word friend is, it has undertones of, I'm using this term loosely, like can help with the preservation of their body. Can you bring them to me?
I believe, if not tonight, we can find a way tomorrow to get them here.
The sooner the better, but I will be here. Yes, how rude of me. My name is Imdar Relvander, and I'll put that in chat.
You did.
You already did.
Oh, I did? Okay, well, there it is again. Thank you.
You beat yourself to the
I
punch.
guess so. I guess so. And if I am not here, there is another. While we do not pay tribute to the same gods, she is a good priestess, Lemura Aldark. And I will put that one, because I don't think I put that one in chat. Will you all want to be present for the last rites and the rituals before they are put to rest?
If possible, yes. I think we owe them that much.
That is,
There might be more in attendance. At least one other friend.
I am a firm believer that the more loved ones and companions who are present, the softer the transition from our world to the next would be. So long as the intentions are genuine, he says, and he kind of side-eyes you, Jacos.
Man, the king of first impressions.
Right. What was that?
Oh, really?
There's still tears coming down his face.
I love
Yeah.
it so much.
Oh,
They
it'd
get
be so fun.
outside, wipes his face on his sleeve, like, alright, so we can take him here.
Yes. Yes, you can bring them here, depending on.
That was
the-
outside. That was outside. That was after this.
Oh, okay, okay.
The band knows
Yeah, I
it's a
think-
fake, but he's not gonna admit it.
No, of course not. Of course
No,
not. You
commit to the
got
bit.
this. You
Commit
got
to the
this.
bit, baby.
Imdar will tell you, depending on the time in which you bring them here, there may be others in attendance, if you will. And depending on the state of their bodies, it may be better to bring them covered. Out of respect for them, of course, and to keep away prying eyes. Sometimes there are children here, and if your friends were slain in combat, that is not something the children should have to see.
Understood. I appreciate it. We'll figure out our best means of getting them here and go from there.
Do you have a place to rest your heads for the night?
We do. We do.
Good. And before you go, should we expect more trouble to come our way?
Well, there's always more trouble, but from this specific, no. I don't believe so. The matter's been dealt with. At least the immediate danger.
He is going to insight this one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, dang, you're telling him, Rick? Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Alrighty. Okay. Well, one of us will be here when you return with your friends. Should
I
you
appreciate it.
need anything else, just ask.
I think that's it. Start heading out.
Okay. And while you guys are doing that, I was gonna pull you down, but
oh, I forgot. Yeah, my bad.
it's okay. And I can still pull you down if you want me to, or we can play it out here openly.
Yeah, let's pull me down.
Yeah,
Okay.
secret.
All right. So what I'm gonna tell you guys, because you guys are gonna get back together after this and long rest, correct?
Maybe.
Okay. Then while Rick and I are downstairs, go ahead and start figuring out what it is you want to do to level up, because you guys will be leveling up when you long rest.
Right.
Beautiful. All right, Rick and I will be back. All
So we're knocking and waiting, and Rick's just standing behind us.
Yeah.
You Contagious, you feel a slight tug at your lower pants. Your
Oh,
lower
Jesus.
pant leg. Where were you guys? You're taking forever.
We were gone for like 30 minutes, right? Like that wasn't even
Yeah.
close to the hour.
Yeah.
Rick kind of pulls up his arm. He's like, I can't tell time.
What's a lot?
What even is time?
Oh God, you know what? I don't even. I'm just gonna open the door and walk in.
You go to turn the handle and the door is locked. I'm just kidding.
I'm like, no, let us rest. I can't do
Looks
this.
like he stoned out of his mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say either stoned out of his mind, or I was gonna say like any damage at all. Like, does it just looks like he went out for a walk in the
Mhm.
night breeze?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, guys, I'm fine.
He
fine.
looks rested. I mean, he's been chilling since you guys got back.
Insight him to figure out to get an idea of what the fuck is happening. Why
Sure.
he left.
Sure.
Underneath it, too. You get a lot of electronics and stuff.
So as you kind of look at Rick and surmise, and Rick, I'm assuming that you had your bag and you put everything in there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Um, it's really hard to gauge what specifically he would have left for. I think that with him, asking like where you guys went and where you'd been and why it had taken so long, it's possible he had gone out looking for you guys. He's already lost 2 friends, 3 if you count Zavarius leaving, and perhaps the fear of losing more had taken hold.
I like the Contagious doesn't even think that deep. It's just more this is so on brand for Rick that he's just not asking questions. With everything that's happened with Rick over the last 72 hours, he's just like, why wouldn't you be out here taking a walk at this point? Sure. And just goes inside. It's just like, not even like fuck this guy kind of way. Just like, yeah, that seems.
That
Yeah,
tracks.
not even gonna question it. Yep. Just, yeah. Just accepting Rick for who he is.
Bodies are still there.
You want to check? Contagious is officially down with the thrickness.
And doesn't want to check.
I mean, we should before we go to bed. I'll move the desk
Yeah,
so that we can
should.
check. Because part of me wants to go down there and recheck the whole thing, but I don't want to run into anything right now.
No? You don't want
So
to?
if there,
You want to go explore the rest of
No.
it?
no,
We need a long rest. Stop.
yeah,
Stop
no,
doing
that's what. No, I
things,
don't. I
please.
don't want to do anything else before we get a long rest. I'm just worried
Right.
about someone sneaking up behind us.
No,
As
let's
you're moving the
see.
tape,
Go ahead.
as Contagious is moving the table, Rick will kind of say, "Guys, I'm done for the day. I'm just gonna go over here," and he's just gonna start sleeping
Okay.
on his backpack, like kind of resting his head on the backpack.
Okay.
I'm assuming we're taking a long rest in this
Yeah, I think that's the plan. Yeah,
wherever the heck we are. Okay.
Okay.
yeah. I'm literally just gonna check that the bodies are there and then put everything back.
Okay. And just refresh my memory because, you guys had your hands full with either bodies or other items that you guys had collected down there. None of the doors that were closed when you came to them were closed after you left, correct?
No, we didn't close anything on our way out.
Perfect. Okay. As
There she is.
Oh my god, I've
Hey.
got a mouthful of food. Hi.
Hi.
I'm just sitting here chilling, waiting for my net to come back. I'm so sorry.
I would say that's the real secret: is you purposely kicked your box just so you could get some food. It's
No, I
funny.
just tell
We're
you I'm
gonna
gonna
break
fat
up.
and turn my camera off. Give me just a second to finish swallowing. Hey.
Oh god.
All right. Sorry about that. Let me reshare my screen.
Mm.
Okay. And Fantasy Grounds is back up. Sorry about that. I don't know why every night lately for the last almost week it's cut off at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. But you guys haven't lit any lights in here. So Contagious, as you open this trap door, you don't see anything but darkness
Oh yeah, you can connect
beneath
the
you.
Wi-Fi.
Oh man. Rick's sleeping.
Yep.
And Rick doesn't have dark vision either, right?
Nope.
Cool.
I don't think any of us have dark vision.
I think Awen and Jacos do.
Mm-hmm.
Does
If-
Awen? Oh, Awen does. That's right.
Yeah, anyone does.
if-
I'm just gonna kind of look down and be like, help.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if Contagious is like, I can't see, Awen will put on her brave face and make sure the bodies are still there.
They are.
Yay.
Coloration slightly altered from the last time that you've seen them. Turning slightly blue. They haven't quite started to stink yet, but it's definitely not a pleasant smell. I don't know if you guys, I don't know if this will make sense, and it's something that, I didn't understand until I'd actually experienced. There is the scent of death, and there's the scent of decay and decomposition, and they are very, very different. So you would smell the scent of death.
Ugh. Well, nothing else to do tonight. I'll help put everything back into that corner and block it off again.
Okay. And you do so. Are we locking the door to the office and calling it a night? Are you guys taking watches? How would you guys like to, do this?
Definitely locking the door.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna take. I think it's up to you guys. I think Contagious at this point is ready to just sleep. But if we need to take watches, we can.
That's entirely up to you guys.
I think we'd be fine. We're all right here. We have a moment to react if someone tries to break in before they're actually in the building. I'm gonna kind of just post up opposite of the door, still with my armor and everything on, and just sleep against that wall. So if something does happen, I can just get up and immediately be at the door.
Scooby do it. Alrighty.
Did you write sepsis on that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is sepsis and contagious. Which was really hard to not say, especially the first couple of sessions in.
Jacos is just literally gonna sit crisscross back against the main door. He's got nothing better to do.
Fair enough.
Okay. What we will do here, unless there's any further role playing or anything you guys wanted to discuss.
I sent you a player message But Awen, the others will probably see. Awen will pull out a candle that you've seen her do this before. It's a pretty ordinary candle, and she looks like she writes something down on a piece of paper, and then burns the paper. And is there for maybe 5-10 minutes before
No.
extinguishing it and going to.
Isn't that yours?
Give me a religion check, please.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, give me just a moment to do this, and then I will take you down real quick. What? Okay. We'll be right back, guys. Yeah. So I'll drag CJ. Or are they gonna? Okay, then I will drag CJ's thing down. Alrighty, you can hear me? Okay. Not your pant. Jesse, why are you up? You need to lay down, please, baby. Okay. So, give me just a second. What,
Okay,
Jesse?
so,
Your tooth? What's wrong with it?
Which one?
What's wrong with them?
I don't know.
How do I retrieve these whole
We'll take care of it and then we'll look at them in the morning, okay? You need to go back to sleep, please. My apologies.
How do I retrieve this
So, as you light this candle and reach out to this entity, the world around you begins to hum out, and you get kind of lightheaded, almost dizzy. You feel the vial on your chest start to kind of pulse. A surge of warmth kind of begins to radiate through you. You see a vision of yourself back in the underground cave and tunnel system that you guys had been in earlier this day, walking alone. There's a sense of grief and desperation that fills you, and you hear the distant scream that you heard when Bodhi had gone down. You are suddenly engulfed in an otherworldly stillness. The time around you seems to pause, and the vial begins to pulse again as an ethereal glow begins to shift through hues of deep blue and silver. There's a voice that speaks out within your mind. Oh, I forgot to mute myself. Hold on real quick. Let me go back and mute my stream.